From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Wednesday morning. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bimar. All the city lights down below. Not seeing any obstructions to visibility, at least in the upper Yakima Valley for this morning. Temperatures are cold once again, no surprise there. 20s up in the Cascades, teens for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, teens also for a lot of the lower Columbia Basin, mid-20s for the Blue Foothills, and single digits in teens up in the Blue Mountains. So very cold stuff out there for this morning. All of us are going to need to bundle up, and most of us probably needing the ice scraper as well. Models earlier this morning were indicating maybe the potential of some fog in the lower Yakima Valley. So far that has not panned out. It's something that we're going to track throughout the rest of this morning. So here's the bottom line for the forecast. We'll be cold and bright again for today and tomorrow. There is a low-end chance of some low elevation snow for Friday, and then we'll continue this pattern as we head into this weekend. But I'll have more to say about this point right here coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, an update on the man suspected of armed robbery and shooting at police officers in Pasco. We have what he's been charged with. And we have a look at what our local firefighters have been up to while being on standby for the California fires. Also ahead, legal challenges to President Trump's executive orders are growing. 22 states, including Washington, suing one of his executive actions. All the details on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Wednesday, January 22nd. Happy Hump Day. We're going to start our top stories off with the follow-up. The man suspected of armed robbery and shooting at Pasco police has his first appearance in court. 37-year-old Jose Antonio Herrera appeared in Franklin County Superior Court yesterday afternoon. He's facing 2 charges of assault and 1 charge of robbery. His bail is set at $500,000. Now to recap, authorities say a homeowner called for help after a man who was later identified as Herrera tried to steal his car at gunpoint on the 3700 block of Road 36 and then fired the gun towards him. Herrera then took off and police began chasing him near the Tri-Cities airport. During the chase, officers say Herrera shot at them and they shot back. After a short standoff with law enforcement and Tri-City SWAT, Herrera was arrested. They say no one was hurt and his next court date is scheduled for January 28th. Now, we received information last night that a suspect involved in child rape out of Kennewick is behind bars, and that's thanks to multiple agencies working together. Now, officials say when they believed 35-year-old Jose Luis Garnizo Guzman was leaving the state, they worked fast. They found him in Oregon. He drove away, starting a police chase. The chase ended in a crash, and they took him into custody near Hines, Oregon. Teamwork across units within KPD, also the prosecutor's office, the FBI, the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office, Oregon State Police, and supporting agencies all worked to catch him. And that was within just 24 hours from the time the incident was reported.
Well, we take any case like this very seriously, and a suspect who preys on children is going to get the deserved attention, which means that we're going to put all the resources we can to locating that individual as quickly as possible. And this case was no different. So we're very appreciative to those agencies that assisted and helped us capture him rapidly.
Jose was booked into jail and is now awaiting extradition back to Washington. A structure fire broke out in Pendleton late yesterday morning, and these are pictures about to pop up on your screen from the scene, and this is from the Pendleton Fire Ambulance Department. Firefighters say the fire broke out at a 2-story home on the 3200 block of Northeast Riverside Avenue, and this is right near O'Brien Place. Now you can see all the smoke in these pictures, and firefighters say everyone made it out safely, including the pets, and the cause is not yet known. And speaking of fires, here's a little glimpse into what our local fire crews have been up to while assisting with the Palisades fire. The Southeast Washington Interagency Task Force, composed of fire crews from Pasco, Benton County Fire District 1, and Walla Walla, are still in California. They were sent on an 18-day mission, but they've been on standby just in case the fires pick up again. Now, While on standby, crews have been going through neighborhoods bordering the fire footprint and educating residents about fire safety. This education gives them an opportunity to minimize damage should a fire come through their neighborhood. Now, more winds are forecasted to hit the area today, so crews are ready to go and are set up in an area where they can respond quickly to any new starts. Now, to continuing coverage, Yakima County first responders are one step closer to potentially funding a more than $30 million project for an updated public safety radio system. Police and firefighters are currently using 7 systems that have outdated equipment and gaps in coverage. There are more than 120 buildings where police officers can't get a hold of 911 dispatchers on their radios. County commissioners are agreeing to vote on an ordinance to put a proposed 0.2% sales tax on the ballot to fund a new system.
We ask a lot out of our first responders. They show up every single day, and frankly, they put their lives on the line. The least we can do as a county and as a community is to ensure that they have the best tools at their disposal, and communication is a vital tool.
The proposed sales tax would cost anyone making purchases within the county 20 cents for a $100 purchase.
Yeah.
Looking ahead today in Benton County, February special election ballots will be mailed out later this afternoon. So the Benton County Auditor's Office says ballots must be postmarked or returned on or before Election Day, which is February 11th. No postage is necessary if you use the U.S. Postal Service. If you're not registered to vote, you can do so up until 8 p.m. on Election Day by appearing in person at the Benton County Auditor's Office in Kennewick or the Prosser Courthouse. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, experts are calling it a once-in-a-generation type of winter storm for the South, with many people experiencing snow for the first time ever. We have where exactly it's expected to hit in a few minutes. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
This is my perfect day in Walla Walla.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Magical moments, snowy adventures, warming up, making memories, a winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
Step into the Prosser House, where great food meets comfortable atmosphere. We invite you to relax in our cozy space. From classic dishes to chef-inspired creations, and now we're raising the bar, literally. With our newly renovated bar, we're serving up crafted cocktails, your favorite local brews, and award-winning wines. Plus, we're proud to announce that the Prosser House is your restaurant showdown champion. Special night out or just a break from cooking, experience the award-winning difference at the Prosser House.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 24 Bronco Sport 4x4 Wild Edition for just $299 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
This is my perfect day in Walla Walla.
Shifting Gears is TV's #1 new comedy.
Am I smiling? It's uncomfortable.
Tim Allen and Kat Dennings fire on all cylinders.
Don't make one of your condescending grunts. Yeah, like that.
The heavy hitter is one for you. Call 853-2222.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is no surprise here. It's another chilly morning out there. Chilly's kind of an understatement as it's 17 degrees right now in Ellensburg, 19 for Cle Elum, 26 degrees for Snoqualmie Pass. Up and down the Yakima Valley, we're in the teens and 20s, 14 right now officially at the airport in Yakima, 20 for Selah, 16 in Toppenish, and then in the lower Columbia Basin, technically at the airport in Pasco right now, 17 degrees, 19 for Mesa, 18 for Connell, and then we're in the low to mid 20s for the Blue Foothills. Look at this, 5 degrees for Meacham, 10 degrees for Ukiah. So all of us have to bundle up, and I'm thinking probably most of us are going to have to break out the ice scraper, use a little bit of elbow grease this morning as well. Okay, for lower elevations, here's your day planner. It's going to be another cold day. Temperatures in the 20s, teens and 20s to start off. We'll be stuck in the 30s throughout the rest of the day. Plenty of sunshine. That's going to be the saving grace for today, as it has been for the past few days now. So for today, still a few degrees below average for this time of the year, but again, it's going to be a bright day, and we're expecting more clouds into tomorrow, and that's ahead of a storm system that could bring us some very small snow chances even for lower elevations. It doesn't look like we're going to get that much snow, but I'll show you that forecast and we'll take a deep dive into the numbers. And so that will be coming up during our First Alert full weather forecast, which is going to be in about 5-ish minutes or so.
And Josh, a once-in-a-generation winter storm in the far south is delighting some people who have never seen snow.
Yes, I was getting a lot. I'm from the Gulf Coast of Alabama, so I was getting a lot of pictures and videos sent to me yesterday from family. But it's in the Gulf Coast states and the southeast, and most winter weather alerts are expiring or expired by now, but not without making history first.
That's right. So southern Louisiana has its first ever blizzard warning in the history books after yesterday, and Florida likely has a new all-time statewide snowfall record.
Also, hundreds of flights at the Atlanta airport were canceled or delayed yesterday, and many were in town for the Ohio State and Notre Dame national championship game.
Also, parts of Georgia, Texas, Mississippi, and Alabama are covered in white too. And like humans, some animals also seem to be experiencing snow for the first time. And Josh and I are both from the south, so did you see any snow growing up?
Yes, it snowed. I lived in Montgomery, so 2008, 2009, it snowed in 2017. So I saw it like here and there.
Yeah, in Dallas, Texas, there was like a light dusting here and there, but then we had like the winter storms that would happen for a week in February where, you know, the power would shut down and all that. So it just happened recently there. It's happening now also, but.
And it's crazy because in the Tri-Cities, we haven't had any snow thus far this year. And I have family back in Alabama who saw more snow yesterday than we have all season.
Yeah, it's
what
crazy
a time to be alive.
Exactly. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, legal challenges to President Trump's executive orders are growing. 22 states, including Washington, are suing his attempt to end birthright citizenship. Details are coming up in your political headlines.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
New year, new glow. Start 2025 with radiant, tighter skin. This January, enjoy 25% off on our most loved treatments, Photo Fabulous and Smooth Glow. Photo Fabulous revitalizes your skin with the ultimate IPL and skin resurfacing combo for a smoother, brighter complexion. Smooth Glow not only rejuvenates your skin and reduces fine lines, but it also tightens and lifts for a youthful, glowing look. Hurry! This exclusive offer is only valid through January 31st. Book your session now and make 2025 the year of glowing, confident skin.
At McCurley Subaru, your way home starts with the adventure-ready 2025 Subaru Forester with all-new styling from the ground up. Built for life in the Tri-Cities and wherever the road takes you, the Forester is perfect for everything, from quick trips to the farmer's market to weekend escapes into the mountains. Its all-wheel drive and generous ground clearance tackle every twist and turn, while the spacious interior has room for family, friends, and all your gear. Save on a new Subaru Forester today from McCurley Subaru.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling, and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
At McCurley Chevrolet, the 2024 Silverado 1500 is built to dominate every job, every road, and every adventure. With legendary strength, advanced technology, and rugged capability, the Silverado does it all. Whether you're towing, hauling, or heading off the beaten path. Right now, get huge discounts on the 2024 Silverado 1500. Power, performance, and savings like you've never seen before. Don't wait. Visit McCurley Chevrolet today and take home the truck that works as hard as you do. McCurley Dealerships, your way home.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by the Manthei Group Cross Country Mortgage.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Again, it is a cold morning out there. We're in the 20s up in the Cascades, teens for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, also teens for the Lower Columbia Basin, mid-20s for the Blue Foothills, and single digits in teens for the Blue Mountains. So very cold. We all need to bundle up. We all need layers, and we probably all need the ice scraper this morning as well. A little bit later today, we're still going to be a few degrees below average for this time of the year, 30s and 40s, but plenty of sunshine. That continues to be the saving grace in our forecast. And then for tonight, still mostly clear skies. Overnight lows back down into the 20s across the map. We'll start to see some winds picking up out of the south, mainly for the Blue Mountains in southern Umatilla County, ahead of this storm system that we'll have to deal with as we head into Thursday. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and put that into motion. So most of Thursday is going to be dry throughout the day, but then for Thursday night, we'll have small snow chances that'll start to impact I-90 from about 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., eventually spreading into the lower Yakima Valley, lower Columbia Basin, Blue Foothills, and Blue Mountains after 10 p.m. And this will continue into the wee hours of the morning of Friday morning. But to reiterate, these are very small chances for snowfall. So here are some of the snowfall totals we're expecting from 10 p.m. on Thursday to 4 p.m. on Friday. Again, this is subject to change, but look at this. Across the map, not just for lower elevations, but also for higher elevations across the map, less than an inch is what we're expecting. Now, this could change over the next 36 to 48 hours, but models have trended so dry and so light with this storm system because you see there's just not going to be that much liquid moisture to work with. So the cold air is going to be in place, that ingredient is going to be in place, but the moisture is leaving some to be desired. Not much moisture at all over the next 7 days in our forecast, and high temperatures staying mostly seasonal, if not a few degrees below average for this time of the year. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We'll have small chances of maybe a snow shower or two for Friday, then brisk and dry after that. In Yakima, maybe a flurry or two on Friday, then sunny and cold for Saturday through Tuesday. In Ellensburg, the valley floor of the Kittitas Valley probably stays dry on Friday and will keep it dry after that. For Hermiston, a little chance of a snow shower on Friday, then cold and dry for this weekend and beyond. Then in Walla Walla, maybe a snow shower or two for Friday, then we'll keep it cold and calm for Saturday through Tuesday.
Thank you, Josh. Now, in your political headlines this morning, legal challenges to President Trump's executive actions are growing. At least 22 states now, including Washington, suing to block his attempt to end birthright citizenship. And two police unions say they are deeply discouraged by the pardons given by both President Trump and former President Biden, issuing pardons to people who attacked, even killed members of law enforcement. Trump is defending his move to pardon defendants from the January 6th attack at the Capitol, saying they, quote, already served a long period of time. ABC's Perry Russum has more.
This morning, President Trump defending his pardons for the more than 1,500 defendants from the January 6th attack at the Capitol, including those who attacked officers.
These people have already served years in prison, and they've served them viciously. It's a disgusting prison.
Some Republican lawmakers apparently caught off guard.
It was surprising to me that it was a blanket pardon.
Others supporting the move, citing a controversial pardon issued by former President Biden.
He gave a pardon to Leonard Peltier. Leonard Peltier killed 2 FBI agents.
This morning, Trump placing government diversity, equity, and inclusion workers on leave as he shuts down their offices and programs. On immigration, one of Trump's executive orders will face its first legal test tomorrow.
This is plainly illegal, plainly contrary to our Constitution.
A judge in Seattle will consider a temporary restraining order against Trump's directive ending birthright citizenship, a guarantee under the 14th Amendment declaring anyone born on U.S. soil an American citizen. In Washington, an Episcopal Church bishop echoing a letter released by its leadership Tuesday, criticizing Trump at the National Prayer Service for his stances on immigration and LGBTQ rights.
In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives.
And this morning, Trump calling the bishop a, quote, radical left hardline Trump hater. He says her statements were inappropriate and he wants an apology. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, rapper A$AP Rocky's criminal trial has begun in LA. We have what happened and what he could face coming up in your entertainment news.
Call Vance when you need a friendly, reliable electrician. We'll keep your home safe with electrical services and equipment upgrades. Save $50 on any electrical service, plus free electrical safety inspection. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Knowing these laws sets my truck wreck team apart. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck, our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
It's not what you park in your driveway that makes it home. At McCurley, we understand that. And that's why we go beyond the transaction to provide a complete ownership experience. Because it's the people, the experiences, and the memories awaiting you that make it home. And your vehicle is how you get there.
Drive home in a new Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 for only $519 a month.
Experience winter fun at Silver Mountain Resort. Discover some of the best terrain in the region, just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Relax in a beautiful condo, just a short stroll from the gondola, dining, exciting water slides, and indoor surfing at the water park. Enjoy a gondola ride to our exhilarating snow tubing and your gateway to snow rider heaven. Create unforgettable family memories at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Kennewick. 1 weekend only, Benton County Fairgrounds. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age, featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground and a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. February 1st and 2nd, Benton County Fairgrounds. Tickets at dinosauradventure.com.
Vance Heating and Air Conditioning. We promise friendly customer service, highly trained technicians. Save $50 on any heating repair. We service all makes and models. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Kraken Capitals Thursday night hockey at 6:30. Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're talking about entertainment news now. So rapper A$AP Rocky's criminal trial started in LA yesterday.
A$AP Rocky turned down a final prosecution plea offer of 180 days in jail and will face the possibility of a guilty verdict and years in prison.
Prosecutors say the rapper, whose real name is Reka Mayers, shot a former friend in 2021. Mayers is facing 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic gun for allegedly firing at Terrell Efron, formerly known as A$AP Relly, and this was after an argument.
If convicted on all charges, he could serve as much as 24 years in prison. The trial is expected to last 3 weeks.
And in more music news, we're learning the Black Eyed Peas will not be performing in Sin City, at least for the time being.
According to a statement issued on social media, the group's scheduled residency at Las Vegas's Planet Hollywood Resort and Casinos, PH Live, what a name, is postponed. They say this move was made due to, quote, current circumstances.
The group was set to do a series of shows between February and May, and officials say full refunds will be offered to those who purchase tickets. Now, Hollywood award season usually highlights the best movies of the year, but not always.
That's right. Today we're looking at the worst movies of last year. Oh, that's tough. Well, David Daniel has the scoop in today's Hollywood Minute.
How about you, Arthur? Do you still think you're a star?
Joker Folie à Deux leads the list of this year's nominations for the Razzie Awards, celebrating the cinematic duds of the past 12 months. The sequel scored 7 nominations, including Worst Picture and Worst Actor and Actress for Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga. Close behind, with 6 nominations apiece, are the other Worst Picture nominees: the video game adaptation Borderlands, the comic book flick Madam Web, Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis, and the biographical drama Reagan. The winners of the Golden Raspberry Awards are announced the day before the Oscars. This year, that's March 1st.
Sonic, you finally found your family.
Try to keep up. From flops to a franchise going full speed ahead. With Sonic the Hedgehog 3 still sizzling in theaters, Paramount has announced Sonic the Hedgehog 4 will arrive March 19th, 2027. The first 3 films have grossed more than $1 billion total worldwide, with the latest movie at $425 million and climbing, the biggest so far. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, Washington's Attorney General Nick Brown is planning to sue the Trump administration.
Details on what for in just a few minutes. Plus, I'll have your 3-degree guarantee results. But first, let's check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Samsung's big reveal. The company's Galaxy Unpacked event takes place today, likely revealing the new Galaxy S25, S25 Plus, and S25 Ultra. The Ultra is expected to receive design tweaks, including slightly rounder corners. Next, Meta is trying to entice TikTok creators to its platform. Its new Breakthrough Bonus program offers up to $5,000 to those who link TikTok accounts to new Facebook and Instagram pages. Creators are required to meet certain posting minimums to be eligible for the money. And finally, Fujifilm has announced a new hybrid instant camera with its widest lens yet. The Instax Wide Evo can snap broader images or more cropped photos. It features a 3.5-inch display instead of a viewfinder, and it doubles as a wireless printer for your phone. It'll be available next month for $350. I wonder if Fujifilm would let me trade in my action camera for this one. Call it a little Quid GoPro. Those are your Tech Bites.
Mornings. Cough? Congestion?
I'm feeling better. All in one and done with Mucinex Kickstart.
Headache?
Better now.
Mucinex Kickstart gives all-in-one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. It's comeback season.
Pandora.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, did somebody go home with 25 buckaroos yesterday, or did you get it right?
I got it right. So that would have been a pretty lousy jackpot, to be honest. So yeah, now it's up to $50. We'll go ahead and show you that. Of course, this is our 3-degree guarantee contest sponsored by your friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. I went with the forecast high yesterday in Pasco of 38 degrees and the actual high verified at 40 degrees. So that means, again, the jackpot went up to $50. So for today, I'm going with the forecast high of $39. in Pasco. So if the actual high falls between 36 to 42 degrees, that means that the jackpot's going to go up to $75. But if my forecast goes bust, then Ulysses S. Grant, yeah, that's who's on the $50 bill, that would be yours. So find out how to win that by going to AppleValleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Right now, you're taking a live look at Richland. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. We're not really seeing much out there for this morning, but we can just deduce via the temperature map that it is very cold. We're down into the teens and 20s up in the Cascades, teens for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, also teens in the lower Columbia Basin, mid-20s in the Blue Foothills, and teens in single digits in the Blue Mountains. Very cold stuff out there. All of us need layers and layers and layers, and you'll probably need the ice scraper as well. Okay, visibility looking pretty good across the map, although there were some models earlier this morning that were suggesting we could see some fog development in the lower Yakima Valley. Thus far, that has not panned out. Here's your CodeCast for today for the Tri-Cities. I'm going with a heavy jacket all throughout the day as, well, no surprise here. It's going to be cold once again for today. We'll be a few degrees below average for this time of the year. Plenty of sunshine, though. And I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, the city of Sunnyside said it was a difficult decision to not fund a community pool, and this came after the budget plan for 2025 was announced. But now the city says it's coming up with a game plan to fund it. One short-term fix that it's looking at is a utility tax increase. The city says that tax would be implemented in things like water, sewer, and garbage. The tax increase would create extra income to sustain the pool throughout the summer. But city manager Mike Gonzalez says he understands that no one likes to hear the word tax.
The community, I'm asking them to give us some grace in the meantime and give us some patience if we go with that option, so we can give the kids an opportunity, something to do this summer, because yeah, I hate the fact that the potential is still there, that the pool is closed.
The city says nothing is set in stone yet, and if the tax were to be considered, it wouldn't be a permanent tax increase. He also tells us it takes about $400,000 to run the pool. And Washington's Attorney General Nick Brown is planning to sue the Trump administration. This over the president's executive order seeking to end birthright citizenship. The AG's lawsuit comes just 24 hours after President Donald Trump took office. Brown, who was sworn in last week, announced the litigation in a news conference yesterday morning. The 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution codified birthright citizenship in the year 1868.
This morning, the state of Washington, along with Oregon, Arizona, and Illinois, filed suit in the Western District of Washington against the President of the United States for his unconstitutional, un-American, and cruel action in his attempt to redefine what it means to be an American. The President's executive order claiming to end birthright citizenship in the United States is plainly and obviously illegal. Washington State will not abide by such harmful and unjust action.
Brown is no stranger to legal clashes with the Trump administration. As former Governor Jay Inslee's legal counsel in 2017, he helped draft the administration's opposition to the federal ban on travel from predominantly Muslim countries. And following the presidential inauguration, concerns are mounting in Sunnyside about possible immigration raids in the city. City manager Mike Gonzalez says that's simply not happening. Gonzalez says the police department is not doing any immigration enforcement and is not coordinating with ICE on any kind of raid in the city. He says he has seen concern building on social media and is getting calls from business owners. He says the city council, administration, and Sunnyside Police Department will stay committed to making sure everybody is safe, he says, regardless of immigration status. More residents are living and working in Yakima's West Powerhouse Road Corridor, which is leading to busier intersections during peak traffic hours. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us Yakima County is exploring potential long-term solutions.
Multiple agencies came together back in 2022 to study the West Powerhouse Road corridor, including asking residents to share their concerns about the area. Two potentially problematic intersections where West Powerhouse Road meets Ackley Road and where it meets Natchez Heights Road.
There's a lot of right-of-way there, and we know there's congestion, and as well as just it's a difficult area to turn.
Especially since the area is growing.
A lot more people are living out there and accessing that point of access. So the county is well aware that it is going to become a problem in the near future, and so we need to start early to mitigate it.
One option, replacing those intersections with single-lane roundabouts. Commissioners authorizing county engineers to apply for a grant through the Yakima Valley Conference of Governments that could fund the preliminary engineering and right-of-way phases of the project.
And so this preliminary study, if we get the funding for it, will allow us to do conceptual designs and start that really beginning stage work so that we can then move forward to prioritizing that project for funding and then hopefully in the future construction.
Commissioners emphasize that the project is in the very early stages and that the public will have multiple opportunities to comment during the process. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, state legislators are considering bankrolling new police officers for departments across the state. We have the details after the break.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Looking for the perfect spot to relax? Welcome to Hoops, your new favorite restaurant and bar, where the vibe is clean, the food is delicious, and the staff always friendly. Whether you're in for a night of trivia, a round of pool, darts, dancing, pull tabs, or karaoke, Hoops has it all. Great food, great people, Hoops, where every night is a great experience. Hoops Bar. Stop by today for your next great night out.
Hey Raptors, we want to rent these 2 chairs for the winter. We're kind of out on being cold this year.
Glad you dig it here, but this really isn't a vacation rental sort of place.
We hear ya, but what if we put on Raptor suits and then suddenly there are 4 of us? Yeah, we'll be your nieces, Layla and Kinley. I'm Kinley, the Raptor, and I love burgers.
I love it! Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, a ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Not so sure we're gonna pull this off.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage?
Yeah.
Download our app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow, still have 5G here too. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my Rec Room. Yep, it's working.
Try out our nationwide 5G coverage free for 30 days. Download the U.S. Cellular Tri-Us app today.
For the greatest selection at the lowest prices, come to Cost Less Carpet.
As a general contractor, I bring my clients to Cost Less Carpet so they can see every option.
Everything I need is always in stock.
If it's trendy or new, I'm sure you'll find it here.
And their team of designers are so fun to work with.
It really is worth the experience.
I can find everything for my home or my client's home, no problem.
Shopping here is an awesome experience.
Cost Less Carpet, where inspiration and ideas happen.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Yes!
Good luck.
Oh, Sean is here. Let's set everything up for remote learning.
Perfect. I plan on spending the rest of the day remote cleaning.
Shifting Gears is TV's #1 new comedy.
Am I smiling? It's uncomfortable.
Tim Allen and Kat Dennings fire on all cylinders.
Don't make one of your condescending grunts. Yeah, like that.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on that tour of today's forecast. We're going to start off in Kittitas County, where these highs today are going to be in the mid to upper 30s. We'll have plenty of sunshine, just like what we've had over the past few days. And then in the Yakima Valley, some models indicating that in the lower Yakima Valley, we could have a little bit of fog for this morning, but the upper Yakima Valley should be void of that. Plenty of sunshine once again. Will also be in either the mid to upper 30s, right around 40 degrees for the lower Columbia Basin. A little bit colder up in Franklin County, but definitely a little bit warmer in Benton and Umatilla and Morrow counties, at least in terms of the basin portion of those counties. And then for the Blue Foothills, 30s and 40s, also plenty of sunshine. Will be in the 30s up in the Blues, where there's also going to be a lot of sun in the forecast for today. Now on to the big picture. I like to talk about seasonal rainfall surpluses and deficits. So now let's talk about that for mountain snowpack, as these numbers were definitely a lot bigger just 3 weeks ago, but we've gone through this dry spell, and so that's rendered us with a snowfall deficit now in the upper Yakima Basin. Still some surpluses for the Natchez, Umatilla, and Walla Walla basins, albeit again these numbers are smaller, and unfortunately we don't have a lot of snowfall in the forecast over the next 7 days, except for Friday. We do have chances for low elevation snowfall. I'll tell you more about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, Washington legislators are considering bankrolling efforts for police departments, big and small, to hire new officers. Albert James is in Olympia with why supporters say it's crucial for public safety and how Governor Ferguson has weighed in.
They're trying their darndest to play catch up, but they're bleeding as fast as they're gaining on this.
Proponents of Senate Bill 5060 say it's one part of a whole slate of action needed to address a shortage of police officers across the state. The bipartisan legislation would require the state's Criminal Justice Training Commission to establish a grant program helping local and tribal law enforcement agencies recruit and retain more officers. Grant funding could only be used to pay for a portion of the officer's salary and benefits for up to 3 years, and $100 million would be provided over the next 2 years to fund the grant. Republican sponsor Senator Jeff Holy says the money would provide a bit of help in a costly process.
Seattle police officers, a new police officer makes about $103,000. There's a $7,500 bonus. You have the cost of the academy, the field training officer, and the total program, putting them through a probationary period. You're running into $250,000 for one officer.
Governor Ferguson's office testified in support of the bill, with the governor telling legislators during his inaugural address last week the funding is crucial.
That idea was a cornerstone of my campaign for governor. Any budget I sign must include this funding. Thank you, Senator Holy.
Supporters say the bill is a great first step on improving crime prevention efforts and reducing police response times, but they need more help in sustainably funding officers and getting people into the profession.
We ask the legislature to also please consider ways to help cities sustain reliable law enforcement funding so we're not faced with service cuts or layoffs over the long term.
We are thousands of officers down. This is not going to be taken care of in a biennium.
One person, citing their own negative experiences with law enforcement, expressed concerns about police trust and accountability. They told senators the money should be spent on ensuring officers are doing the right thing and upholding people's rights.
I know we need more officers, but we need good officers. And the problem is we can't keep good officers because they're forced out. They're not allowed to be good.
Senators on the Law and Justice Committee appeared supportive of the effort, but the state's multi-billion-dollar budget shortfall could have an impact. The bill is scheduled for a committee vote on Thursday morning. In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the Trump administration announces that federal immigration authorities can now arrest people at churches and schools. We have the details and more of your top stories coming up in your morning sprint. But first, our chief meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your full weather forecast. Keep it here. We will be right back.
Theory of a Dead Man.
I remember the day
Unplugged.
you left for Santa Monica.
Friday, February 28th, 8 p.m., Legends Casino Hotel.
I guess I'll sit around in Medicaid. I'm starting to see.
On sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop.
Alive on an angel.
Don't miss Theory of a Dead Man Unplugged.
Get 3.9% APR on a 2024 Cadillac Lyriq. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
With a new CR-V from McCurley Honda in Richland, your way home is ready for every Tri-Cities adventure. And yes, it's packed with cup holders. From Costco runs to weekend escapes in the Great Northwest, the Honda CR-V has the space, style, and smarts to handle it all. With available all-wheel drive and impressive fuel efficiency, it's the perfect fit for life here at home. Drive home today in a new Honda CR-V and get 1.9% financing. McCurley Honda, your way home.
Magical moments, snowy adventures, warming up, making memories, a winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It continues to be a pretty cold morning out there as we're in the 20s up in the Cascades, teens for the Kittitas and Yakima Valleys, teens in the Lower Columbia Basin, mid-20s in the Blue Foothills, and single digits in teens in the Blue Mountains. So very cold out there. All of us need layers, and probably all of us would need the ice scraper as well. A little bit later today, plenty of sunshine. These highs are going to be in the 30s and 40s, so a few degrees below average for this time of the year. And then for tonight, overnight lows falling back down into the 20s, mostly clear skies. Winds will start to gust out of the south in the Blue Mountains, but yeah, it's going to be another cold one. So all of us are going to have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. Okay, into Thursday. Thursday throughout the day is going to be mostly dry, but then into the evening, that's when things start to get a little bit more interesting. So for tomorrow night, we'll have small snow chances that'll start to impact I-90 from 4 to 10 p.m. And eventually that'll spread into the lower Yakima Valley, the lower Columbia Basin, the Blue Foothills, and the Blue Mountains after 10 p.m. And this will continue into the wee hours of Friday morning. So to reiterate, these are pretty small chances for snowfall. And to really underscore that point, here's some of the snowfall totals we're anticipating from 10 p.m. on Thursday to 4 p.m. on Friday. Big bold letters here. This is an early forecast. This is subject to change, but early indications are that this storm system is trending much drier, probably less than an inch across the board, not just for lower elevations. So the cold air will be in place. The moisture, that's going to be the lacking ingredient, as the liquid water output from this storm system probably going to be less than 1/10 of an inch across the map. We're not tracking that much rainfall at all over the next 7 days, so it's going to be a dry forecast. Also, it is going to be a cold forecast. We'll be seasonal, if not about 5 degrees below average for the next 7 days. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small chances of a snow shower for Friday, then brisk and dry after that. In Yakima, maybe a flurry or two on Friday, then sunny and cold for Saturday through Tuesday. In Ellensburg, the valley floor of the Kittitas Valley probably stays dry on Friday, and we'll keep it dry after that. In Hermiston, a little chance of a snow shower on Friday, then cold and dry for this weekend and beyond. And then for Walla Walla, maybe a snow shower or two for Friday, then we'll keep it cold and calm for Saturday through Tuesday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 5:49. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour. First up here are the The time is now 5:49. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour. And first up, we're going to take a look at the 5 top stories that you need to know this morning. The man suspected of armed robbery and shooting at Pasco police had his first appearance in court. 37-year-old Jose Antonio Herrera is facing 2 charges of assault and 1 charge of robbery. His bail is set at $500,000, and his next court appearance is on the 28th. Now here's a glimpse into what Pasco, BCFD1, and Walla Walla County fire crews have been working on while on standby for the Palisades fire in California. They spent time in neighborhoods bordering the fire footprint, educating residents about fire safety. More winds are forecasted to hit the fire area, so today crews are staged in an area where they can quickly respond to any new fires. Washington's Attorney General plans to sue the Trump administration over the president's executive order seeking to end birthright citizenship. AG Nick Brown's lawsuit comes just 24 hours after President Trump took office. The 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution codified birthright citizenship in 1868. And concerns are mounting in Sunnyside about possible immigration raids in the city. However, City Manager Mike Gonzalez says that's simply not happening. He says the police department is not doing any immigration enforcement and is not coordinating with ICE on any kind of raid in the city. He says the city council, administration, and police department will stay committed to making sure that everybody is safe regardless of immigration status. In Benton County, February special election ballots will be mailed out later this afternoon. The Benton County Auditor's Office says ballots must be postmarked or returned on or before Election Day, which is February 11th. No postage is necessary if you use USPS, and if you are not registered to vote, you can do so up until 8 p.m. on Election Day by appearing in person at the Benton County Auditor's Office in Kennewick or the Prosser Courthouse. Now we go to your national headlines this morning. President Donald Trump says he's preparing to slap more tariffs on China. The higher taxes on imports could happen as early as next week. China is the U.S.'s second biggest trading partner. On Monday, he threatened 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada, and he's also signed an executive order banning diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in the federal government, effective immediately. The White House says all DEI workers are on paid administrative leave, and all federal agencies have to remove DEI websites as well as cancel all training related to the initiative. DEI programs are those that seek to provide a more fair work environment for minority workers and job candidates. And federal immigration authorities can now arrest people at churches and schools, and that's according to a statement from the Trump administration saying it will not tie the hands of law enforcement, but will trust them to use common sense. Back in 2011, Immigration and Customs Enforcement set a policy preventing agents from arresting people in sensitive locations. The Biden administration issued similar guidance. A directive has also been issued to phase out parole programs that allowed certain migrants to temporarily live and work in the U.S. Trump also announcing that $500 billion will be invested into artificial intelligence in the U.S. The announcement came Tuesday as Trump appeared at the White House alongside tech leaders from OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle. Trump says the 3 tech firms will create a new $500 billion AI infrastructure company called Stargate. The chairman of Oracle says the first data project is already under construction in Texas. In business news, Netflix announces it's raising prices on its subscription plans in the U.S. and Canada. The standard monthly membership without ads will increase to $17.99 from $15.49, while a standard account with ads will rise $1 to $7.99. The highest premium plan will increase by $2 to $24.99, and this comes after the platform's biggest jump ever in subscribers, with 19 million new subscribers in the last quarter of 2024. And you'll soon be able to book a JetBlue flight using your Venmo account. The payment option is available on its websites, and it will be available on the mobile app in the coming months. And this is a first for airlines in general. Now to your health news, the Trump administration has ordered federal health agencies to pause external communications, and sources say that includes regular scientific reports, updates to websites, and health advisories. America's health agencies include the CDC, the FDA, and NIH. They release food recalls, drug and medical device approvals, and evolving public health threats. The order came without warning, with little guidelines and no information on how long the pause will last. And the FDA is approving the drug Spravato. It's a nasal spray made by Johnson & Johnson to treat depression. It was first approved in 2019 for adults living with depressive disorder who were also receiving an oral antidepressant. But now the drug can be used on its own by adults who have not responded to at least 2 other antidepressants. And the medication is related to ketamine, which can cause hallucinations and sedation. Because of its adverse side effects, it can only be administered by a healthcare provider. A new study shows 1 in 12 children have been exposed to online sexual abuse. Georgia State University researchers looked at data from more than 120 studies between 2010 and 2023 of children younger than 18 years old. The results highlight the need for increased awareness and advancements in digital technology to prevent online sexual abuse. In sports news, the 2025 class includes outfielder Ichiro Suzuki. He's the first Japanese player ever elected to the Hall, and doing so in a near unanimous vote. Also elected is pitcher CC Sabathia. He won 251 games and struck out more than 3,000 batters. The Baseball Writers Association of America also elected closer Billy Wagner. He recorded 422 saves and posted a career ERA of 2.31, and the Hall of Fame ceremony is set to take place July 27th in Cooperstown, New York. And trending this morning, YouTube and TikTok star Mr. Beast is looking to buy TikTok as part of a group of investors.
Where isn't that guy nowadays? Well, TikTok went dark on Saturday night ahead of a nationwide ban.
But it came back online about 12 hours later after President Trump announced a 75-day delay on the ban.
During that time, TikTok needs to find a non-China-based owner to buy it or face a permanent shutdown in the U.S. Donaldson's group has not disclosed the amount of the bid.
Meanwhile, other bids have also come, including one from a group that includes Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary. And also Elon Musk was looking into buying it. Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think it'll stick around, TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok, so I don't really have a lot of vested interest in it. But if someone owns it, do not. Why Mr. Beast? Why him?
I know. I don't know. I guess he's got the money, right?
Sure.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, it's Operation Best Friend Day, best day of the week. And today we're introducing you to a cutie named Cleo. She's about 1.5 years old and a border collie mix. And we have more on her personality. That's coming up in your 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking for us?
I'm tracking some more cold weather, no surprise there, and a little chance for some low elevation snow on Friday. I'll tell you more about that coming up at 6.